A friend asked me to share some of my insights into shooting in macro with the Nikon Coolpix A1000. Sadly, I really have no insights, except for this one. Be very careful. The Nikon A1000 focuses as close as 1 centimeter, and that doesn't give you a whole lot of room for error. And I have found that it's very easy when you're sneaking up on a flower or something, especially one that's wet with the morning dew, to brush up against your lens and get dirt and smudges on it. Those can usually easily be wiped off. However, a twig or a thorn, something like that, if you were to brush up against it, could easily scratch the coatings on front of your lens and would just ruin it. I already have a camera like that. So there's my insight. But I thought, what a wonderful excuse to explore macro shooting in the Nikon Coolpix A1000. So come with me and we'll see what we can learn. Let's explore shooting macro in the Nikon Coolpix A1000, and we'll learn about it together. And a shout out to Passing Through for nudging me in this direction. By the way, for this video, I've borrowed my wife's Canon EOS M200 instead of using my smartphone. So we'll see how that goes. And a big thank you to her. Here's 1 centimeter measured from your subject to the center of the front surface of the lens. That's pretty darn close. That's what your field of view looks like at 1 centimeter of a shot glass. So there's your field of view at 1 centimeter, and so you've got about 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters, and a couple of quick observations, insights, if you will. At 1 centimeter, it's very difficult to get even illumination or much of any illumination at all in there. And also there's a tremendous amount of distortion around the edges, and the sharpness falls off in the corners. So there's the takeaway from that little experiment. Okay, let's change this to scene. The mode dial to scene. Now we can press menu. I already have it on close-up. Hit OK. Now this is precisely the kind of situation that I warned you about. This burr could easily scratch my lens as you can see, there is something in the center there. Now I have carefully inspected the lens and there's no scratch on it, but there does appear to be some dust that has gotten inside the lens. So that's really disappointing. Really? Lint inside my lens? Anywho, one problem that I have found when working close up, I often fight the autofocus, and you can't use manual focus and macro at the same time. I think the problem with autofocus is probably related to poorly illuminated subjects. I suggest backing up a bit, get more light in there. Right now we are in auto mode. Press on the flower and down, and that gets us into macro mode. Switching to creative mode, again we'll click on the flower, down to macro mode, hit OK. It's just not there, finally. Scene we've done. Short movie show. Again, choose macro. Manual. Aperture priority. Now in aperture priority, I've got it all the way up at f8 to give us greater depth of field, but we can take that down to f4 for less depth of field. Shutter priority. Programmed mode. And back to auto mode. Oh, okay. Need to move that down to macro. Okay, so we're in full auto, macro. Raw plus fine, f4 in half a second.